Fisher. An offer I couldn't refuse. An offer I couldn't refuse, Cathy Fisher.
When I was 18 years old, my parents came to me with an offer I couldn't refuse. My mom said, "How would you like to go on a 2-week, all-expenses-paid trip to one of our planet's 7 natural wonders?" And my dad added, "You will be whitewater rafting down the Colorado River in the Grand Canyon." I said, "What's the catch?" "There's no catch. Someone dropped out of our group, and it'd be good for you to get out of the house." Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, have you ever been in a situation so miserable only to realize later that it helped shape you into the amazing person that you are? My parents knew the value of toughing it out, and they felt it was time I did as well. They were both extremely hard-working, outdoorsy types who had river rafted many times. I was an extremely lazy, self-absorbed teenager whose idea of hard work was taking the garbage can to the curb once a week. I had just graduated high school and endured all that comes with maintaining a GPA of 2.0. And so I said, yes, I could use a vacation. And my mom quickly corrected me. "Honey, it's not a vacation." And my dad added, "It's an experience." Vacation, experience, whatever. All I knew was that I was going to get a killer tan. For 2 weeks in July, 15 of us floated over 200 hot and sweaty miles. But had there been real truth in advertising, my parents' little sales pitch would have sounded something more like this. "You will be expected to load and unload the raft every day, as well as cook and clean. You will not be given special treatment because of your age, your gender, or your cuteness. Whenever we get to a really large rapid, we will insist that you get out of the raft and walk around so as to avoid your potential death, as well as any potential fun. You will dine every single day on peanut, butter, and jelly sandwiches seasoned with sand. The ladies in the group will pester you mercilessly about your life. So, what's your major? What are you writing in your journal there? You got a boyfriend? Girlfriend? To be on such an adventure at your age. You're so darn lucky. But all of these challenges combined could not compare to one challenge in particular, which I would like to illustrate with a Venn diagram. In this circle, we have the fact that you can leave nothing behind on the river. No food, no garbage, as if no human had ever set foot there. And in this circle, we have the fact that there are no outhouses on the river. The intersection of these two circles had a name, the Groover. The Groover was our porta potty. It was portable, but it was not pretty. It was a large military ammunition can lined with a plastic bag and a toilet seat. It was placed in the most inconspicuous spot at each campsite, and it had no curtains. It had no privacy to speak of. And consequently, I learned to just hold it until after dark. But the Groover had other issues. For example, to keep the weight down, you could not go number 1 and number 2 in it. All number 1s had to be done in the river, and all number 2s in the Groover. Now, had I known I would be needing to so completely separate these two functions, I would have practiced before leaving home. In addition, if you had to use the Groover while floating down the river during the day, you had to get the attention of the raft that was carrying it. Hey, we got a number 2 back here. Pull over. Since mortification was my teenage enemy, I avoided making this request at all costs. After about 2 weeks on the river, it felt as if I had been kidnapped by a traveling circus, and that my parents were the ringleaders. They knew exactly what they were doing, that a butt-kicking trip like this might actually force me to grow up a little and out of my narcissistic, apathetic phase. And you know what? They were right. I began to appreciate the beauty as well as the grittiness of this experience that I'd been given. And indeed, it was an offer too good to refuse. My future depended on it, as well as my parents' sanity. Madam Toastmaster.